This is Kevin, Gamertag Mantle, and I'm bringing you some Beast Mode from Gears of War 3. Basically, this is like the opposite of Horde, where you play as the different Locust characters. There, I kind of go through all the different options I can have. Wild Ticker, Wretch, Savage Drone, and then the Butcher. I prefer to stick to the Drone and the Wretch. I like the Wretch because it allows you to jump over all the barriers and stuff, and then the Drone gives you a gun, which is how I tend to play this game anyway, so it just feels more natural to me. There I use the Ticker to try and blow up the barrier, which it doesn't really do. But it does do some damage and gets me some points at least, which is always a nice thing to do. You're going to see me, at least in this first part, fail multiple times jumping over barriers. And the last time I was playing, I kept doing it too, because I kept hitting left back instead of right back to jump like a fool, or bumper I guess it is. Just completely forgetting how to do things, but that one worked out well. And this one, we're going to beat the whole thing. It takes 30 minutes is what I've got recorded, so I'm going to break it down into 6 parts and bring it all to you. Here I'm going to start off with a Butcher. These guys are a little slower, but they can actually destroy the barriers more easily, and they take a lot more damage. And they're all melee combat, which is always a little tricky for me. And I think this is fairly early on. I don't think I've played a lot of Beast, so this is kind of me learning how to play. I think I beat the whole thing on Beast once on casual with some friends. So it was kind of a learning tool, but not as much as if I was actually, playing against a computer that knew what they were doing. There I steal a kill, because that's what I like to do in this game. In general, I'm the person who gets their kills stolen, and I don't really care. You still get a good amount of points from just downing somebody, and then an assist for having actually killed that person. Here I'm looking at the spikes in front of me, think they're damaging me, when it's really the ones to the side that I didn't notice. But that part's a little slow, but I realize I suck with that guy, and I'm going to go back to something else. And I'm still working on trying to get the achievement for getting kills with all the different Locusts you can be. The ones giving me trouble are the Wild Ticker, since it doesn't come with the explosion. As far as I can guess, I'm going to have a buddy help me out when they get to the higher levels that give them the Savage Grenadier, so they can throw a grenade and I can eat it and become a real Ticker. But if anybody out there knows how to do it the right way, or if there's a better way to do it than that, let me know, because I would like to get that one. And the other one that's giving me trouble is being the Corpser, because I just haven't been able to get kills with that. It never seems to be able to actually connect with its leg attacks, but I might just have to give that a couple more times to try and figure out how to do that right. There I almost made a really nice play with my Ticker, but the guy turned and saw me at the last second and managed to roll out, so I only blew up the turret. But blowing up all their fortifications gives you some time and gives you a bunch of points, so it's pretty well worth doing. Here I'm going to walk around this guy trying to execute them, and then my teammate just does it right. And here you can see where my teammate got the kill, but I get 100 points for taking him down because I did a lot of the I think I did all the damage to put him down, so he's going to get no points for actually killing him. And here after I kill this guy, he says, yeah, blow that up. One of the trickiest things in the Beast mode, it's not really tricky, it's just remembering that there are all these heroes here, and you have to actually execute them. The only thing I find annoying about that is every time you put the hero down, if you just keep firing, which is my first instinct, it'll tell you that it's execution rules, and it puts up this huge reminder on the screen for you. It's like, calm down. I know, I just, kept shooting, because I didn't realize how fast he's going to go down. Which I do a lot in Gears, because I'm still not really used to how much damage you have to do to put somebody down. And it never really seems to be the same, especially in Versus, depending on the connection, which is kind of whining, but I just had a pretty rough game of Gears, so had to do it eventually. So there's the end of that one. Here when I'm using the Drone, I've got the Retro Lancer, which I like. I like it better than the Hammer Burst, and I kind of like it compared to the Lancer, but the Lancer is more reliable for me. I really have an understanding of how that gun's going to recoil, so I like to use it just so I know what's going to happen. But the Retro Lancer, when you're on with that gun, you're really managing the recoil well. You can destroy people with that. So it's got pretty wicked recoil, but up close, it does work. And even farther away, if you know what you're doing and really burst fire the gun well, you'll be able to get some good results from it. There, I sneak up on this person and finish destroying their turret for the points and the extra time. And there I'm having some trouble hitting it right, which I find is a problem in the turrets, and even like horde mode, like managing to actually repair the turret seems tricky every once in a while too. But here I was doing pretty well with this wretch, and you actually managed to see me jump over a barrier instead of running through it, and there I get to kill a hero, which always makes me feel good. So then coming up next, going to hit the second row of the Locust and see some little more fun action.